Hey there. I have two very special Zoom sessions coming up in January. They are on the 5th of January at 2 p.m. and 7:30. That's Greenwich Mean Time, London time. These sessions are something that I'm sharing with you that I've only ever shared in other private groups when I've been working one-to-one. So over the years of working with people and helping them, they've often been stuck in their life and not being able to move forward. It has always been brought to my attention that from the time that you are in the womb to 7 is the first cycle of your life. Your life goes in 7-year cycles. So when you're in the womb, you can hear things happen, and you take it on board and you collect it in your subconscious mind. And this continues until you're 7 years old. So whatever's going on around you, you are collecting in your subconscious mind, all the emotions connecting to something. Now, very often people will do so much releasing in their life, and they'll get to this point where they think, I don't know where else to turn and what else to do. And they'll come to me, they'll message me, and they'll say, can you help me, Jan? And I'll say, well, have you thought about your womb to 7 time? And they'll say, no, not really heard much about that. So intuitively, I connect to a certain age in their life, and I know this, and I can help them to release whatever happened at that time. Now, they don't have to sit there and regurgitate and go through it, and especially if it was a traumatic event. And also, when you're in the womb, you don't really remember. Not everyone does. Some do, I know. And not everybody remembers when they're 1, 2, or 3. Some only have memory from when they're 4. So that's why you need somebody like me to say, well, it was this age that something happened that we need to let go of, because the emotion connecting to that is repeating itself throughout your life. Now, it's the emotion that we need to let go of. So I'll give you an example. I'll say somebody called Melissa. This is just making it up. So let's just say Melissa went to nursery school. She had to go to nursery early because her mum and dad were working and they couldn't afford not to work. They didn't really plan on having a child, but they did, and Melissa had to go to nursery. When Melissa was at nursery, there was somebody there that looked after her, but wasn't very nice. And she'd keep poking her, perhaps like this, or pushing her. And she was only tiny. And as Melissa grew up, she noticed that she was maybe at college. She was in, let's just say she was at a recreational time, and somebody used to keep coming back, poking her to try to get her attention. And it made her feel kind of weird or sick inside, but she never associated with the poking with anything else, just that somebody did it. And then she got a job and she had a boss, and he'd come up and say, hey, Melissa, go and do this, or Melissa, why aren't you doing that? And she still got that funny feeling. And then she had a partner. She met somebody, got in a relationship, and they'd go like this, oh, you're looking good today. You look lovely. And she'd get that weird feeling in her belly, but we couldn't work out what it was. And in the end, it started to put her off people. It started to make her go like this if somebody started to come towards her. Not that they were particularly hurting her, and it was just a gesticulation that those people did, but it was in her subconscious, associated when she first went to nursery, because the nursery person, the nursery teacher, wasn't very nice to her. And for a little child of that age, it was, because imagine sitting in a little chair and you're only maybe 2 years old, and this big person comes and pokes you and pushes you. And it's that emotion that's created that she was feeling in her belly as she got older. But she couldn't eliminate the poking because it didn't really make sense. But when she goes back, or I show her going back to that age, I might say what happened, because I might see exactly what happened, and then it will trigger something in you to know that it's that particular event, but you don't have to remember it. It doesn't matter. So I can show you then how to release the person poking you at nursery from that age, and then it has the knock-on effect that you then don't feel the memory of the emotion connecting to all the other prodding and poking that you've had in your life. I hope that makes sense to you. If any of that is shooting out light bulb moments, if any of that is saying, oh, yeah, I can understand that. Oh, I've always had this going on through my life. This is where you need to let go from. This is why I'm putting 2 sessions on, because once people click into this, they feel so light and released once they let go. And I know a lot of people are ready and have been waiting for me to put these on. Normally, I just do it as a bonus in another group that I've got, but I've decided to open it up to everyone now. So this will be in a Zoom session. You can come and go. You can just come in and, you know, you can pay to join, and you can come in and you can say, oh, I'll perhaps say I'll do yours at 2, or I'll do yours at 2:15, or I'll do yours at 2:30, or in the evening. So you don't have to sit in the group for the whole time. You can come and go. It's entirely up to you, because it doesn't take me that long to do it. It just takes me a little while to connect to yours. There is another example. So, for example, I personally grew up with a fear of vomiting. I hated it, hated being around it. I'd run a mile, I could see the person's face change, and I'd know what was going to happen, and I'd just run. I absolutely could not be. I'd get fearful, I'd start shaking, I'd feel just horrible, I'd go cold, I'd want it myself, my mouth would salivate. And I'd have all that. And I used to think, but why am I like that? And I know people have fears and phobias, but these fears and phobias often start womb to 7, if not in a past life, which I've talked about before. But we're looking at womb to 7. And then speaking to my mother over time, I realised that from the moment she was pregnant, she was sick. She had morning sickness, day sickness, night sickness, pregnancy sickness. And she hated it. She even had to lie down to eat, knowing that she'd chuck it back later. How disgusting, sorry. But once I connected to my womb, me being in the womb of my mother and releasing it, I don't now have a phobia. How amazing is that? Don't particularly like it, but I don't have a phobia of it. So there's other phobias than things. You know, you might have a fear of stairs. You might have fell down the stairs when you were young. Somebody might have pushed you down the stairs, but you've got a phobia of stairs or falling down. There's so many things in your life that you might have a fear of that are stopping you moving forward, that will be 100% will be connected to womb to 7. So come and join me. Let's release from womb to 7. And like I said, even if it was something really traumatic or abusive, you don't have to relive it. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'll just probably say, oh, you've got something at the age of 5 that gave you this emotional feeling. Let's release it together. So then we'll work together and release it. Or I'll tell you how to go away and release it. And that's all there is to it. But it's an amazing experience. So I look forward to working with you, helping you to release your womb to 7 on that day. When was it? Excuse me, I got hiccups. On that day, the 5th of January, either joining me at 2 p.m. If you can't get till 3, you can still join at 3. And I should probably do that 2 till 3, 2 till 4, maybe 2 till 5, and then I'll do 7, depending how many people there are. And I'll carry it on through the rest of the day. So I do look forward to working with you. I know this stuff works. I've been doing it for years. It's just now it's time to share it with everyone so that you can release from your womb to 7. And I just want to say, are you ready to release from womb to 7? Of course you are. Why would you want to carry shite from the past? You don't. Now's the time to do it. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping you. So I'll see you. I keep forgetting the date. I'll see you on the 5th of January 2022. Forget New Year's resolutions, because this will help you to move forward.